Hey, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to our Wednesday live stream. And I'm so excited for lots of different things to do today. Let's get the main screen turned on and start to EU4. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. Got some great chats going on over in the Twitch chat, and some nice little words going on over on YouTube as well. Hey, Adam. And we had some interesting discussions on the Discord earlier. So I want to jump right in with something that I will likely turn into a standalone video very shortly. One of the things that's been bothering me, people have come into the stream, and they've been asking specifically, how do you decide what locations to turn from a rural location into an urban one, a town or a city? And so far I've been answering, like, I'm still working out, like, I want to develop a good set of heuristics, a sort of rule of thumb to try to decide these things, and I hadn't had it yet. So one of the things I did in preparations for today's stream is to try to crunch that out. And to come up with some guidelines that I'm going to be using for myself, at least to start off with. Most likely, especially maybe based on a little bit of discussion that we're going to have in the two stream chats over here on the topic, I will probably be making a video of this. So you might see a video of this on YouTube that is going to duplicate some of the things we said today. But I think it's going to be good. So, Shebus! That is so loud! I said Jesus. Action Jesus, thank you very much for the bits. Action Jesus says, hey, long-time lurker, short-time subscriber, first-time live watcher. Current corporate gig is killing me, and your streams are keeping me sane. Thank you for your service. Thank you very much, Action Jesus. Back when I had my day job, I spent almost the entire day with my earbuds in and listening to... rarely it was live streams for me. Usually it was YouTube videos, but a lot of times it was VODs of live streams, just because back then, like now, if you're a Twitch subscriber, you can like rewind and stuff with the VODs, which is kind of nice, but there was limited ability to do that. But yeah, no, it's just like, it's so good to do that sort of thing. Thanks for Mars Let's Play. Oh God, I love Surviving Mars so much, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why I like it so much. It's not like each playthrough of Surviving Mars is that different, and yet it's so compelling. I think it's because at any given moment, something can go horrifically wrong in Surviving Mars, and your entire colony can collapse. And I think that leaves it... and it's a relaxing game, except there's always that threat of absolute disaster. And I think that's kind of nice. Okay, let's go back to the immediate topic at hand, because I do want to unpause because I want to play the game, because I've been loving the Strasbourg run. And part of me is like really upset that this is only a 2-hour stream. Like, we went from the 4-hour streams to the 2-hour streams. But on the other hand, it's been better for my voice, and it means starting, doing YouTube videos again. Okay, so how do you determine if and when and where you should turn a location from a rural location to an urban one. And by urban one, I mean a town. There's towns and cities. There's not a tremendous amount of difference mechanically between towns and cities. Cities have cities versus towns. Cities have a higher cap on how many buildings you can build, how much population the location can handle, and there's a few buildings that can only be built in cities. But the vast majority of buildings are either, well, there's some that you can build in rural, and most buildings are buildings you build in urban locations, which is both towns and cities, right? Like, let's say we go over here and we want to try to build something. You look at the marketplace, for example, you can build it in a town or a city. If we look at a granary, that's town or city, etc., etc., etc. So you see that a lot. There's a few things that are city only, and maybe later in the game there's more than that, but that's the big thing. The big thing is whether you keep things rural or you turn it into an urban location. And rural locations have some buildings you can build there, and some can only be built in rural. So theoretically, if you're upgrading a site from a rural location to a town, those buildings might become obsolete and go away. So that can be a consideration. But generally speaking, I like to think about it like this. Rural locations are places where you build a lot of your RGO, your resource gathering operations, which generate your raw goods over here. And it's very easy to build those. You open the RGO builder. Each location on the map has a resource gathering operation. So for example, the City of Strasbourg has wheat. The location, this is a rural location, of Lichtenberg has legumes. So every location's got that. One of the big things is a rural location has double the cap of how many RGOs it can build. So for example, here in Lichtenberg, it's actually only supposed to have a limit of 6 RGO buildings. So it could only build 6 places that are collecting or growing legumes. But towns, as you can see here, rural settlement plus 100%. So towns get to double that number up. It is scaled, so there's a base amount of a certain amount, and then based on your population and your development, you get more and more slots. But then after all that is calculated, apparently you get a little boost from some other things as well. But the big thing is if something is rural, then it just doubles straight up. And you can see there's some other modifiers, but yeah. So rural locations, even though a rural location might not have as many population, might allow you to build a bunch more RGOs. So the very first thing you have to know when you're urbanizing a location is the amount of RGOs you can build is going to go down. Again, as location grows, you will start to get some more. Like, for example, Strasbourg, despite the fact that it's an actual city, we have 10 wheat RGOs there, and it's simply a virtue of the fact that it has, where's the thing? Right over here. It has a bunch of population and a crap ton of development, and that's the big thing over there. There's another little modifier with urban locations versus rural locations. In addition to rural locations get double the RGOs sort of as a base multiplier, urban locations, towns and cities, have a penalty on how much food is produced. Now there's a difference between producing goods versus producing food. So, and we've talked about this before, right? In Strasbourg here, we are producing wheat, and regardless of the type of settlements, regardless of whether it's rural or it's a town or it's a city, each wheat RGO produces a wheat. I mean, there might be other modifiers going on, but let's just assume that, you know, 1 RGO equals 1 wheat for the sake of argument. But that is not the same as food. Food is an extra thing. So Strasbourg is producing a bunch of wheat. Each wheat is worth 8 units of food. Food is how you feed your people, and these are two totally different, obviously related and connected, but they're different things. If we compare to Offenburg, which produces fruit, each fruit is only worth 4 food. So if you had one place with 10 wheat and one place with 10 fruit, the place with the 10 wheat would be producing twice as much food. The same amount of actual resources, but twice as much food. And in addition to that, towns and cities, in addition to the fact that the amount of RGO you can build goes down when you switch from rural to either urban, towns have a penalty of 20% food production, and cities have a penalty of 33% food production. So if you have a location, like if we have Saarvarden over here, and again, I know these are a little bit duplicates to what we've said before, but I'm building up to a point here. Saarvarden has clay. When we changed Saarvarden from a rural location to a town, the maximum number of clay RGOs we could have here got halved, more or less. But clay isn't a food. I mean, Some people probably eat it, but we don't. Clay isn't a food, so it's not going to take further penalties. So the 20% malus from being a town or the 33% malus from being a city will not affect clay any further than the fact that we lost that 100% RGO bonus. So with these things in mind, we can already get a few ideas. If you have an extremely important, high quality, valuable RGO, silver, gold, maybe some like masonry or timber, for example, over here, one of these two provinces, right here, Albuquerque in the Black Forest here produces lumber. Lumber is incredibly important for building buildings. Having lots of lumber in your market decreases the cost of buildings. So if we were to conquer Albuquerque, which we might, then we might not want to turn it into an urban center because we might want to keep the number of lumber RGOs very high. Some people, I've seen some posts online, which was interesting. Some people said if you've got a high value RGO like gold, maybe you actually would want to turn it urban because then you could build a fort on top of it. That's something to consider if it's in a vulnerable location and you're willing to take a hit to the production in order to defend it a little bit more. But I suspect that's kind of probably not usually what you're looking for. But it's at least an interesting thing to think about. So putting all this together, we have one more topic to talk about. Food. How do you feed your people? So a province may make food, or it might just consume food. So looking at Albuquerque, which we don't even own Albuquerque, but just looking at it, this place has -12 food. It doesn't produce food because it's got lumber. There are buildings you can build that can produce some food goods, regardless and unconnected to the RGO. But let's ignore that for a moment, okay? This place is consuming food because it's got population that is eating food and it's not producing it. So it's running negative food. That's locally. What happens to a location is if it can't feed itself locally, it looks at the provincial amount of food and the amount of food stored there. So with Albuquerque, for example, and again, we don't own this location, they have negative provincial food. So then they have to go one level up and they have to go to the market that they're in. They're in the Strasbourg market, the one we control, and they have to buy food. So this location is costing its owner every month to purchase food to feed its people. On the flip side, if we have a location, so the city of Strasbourg itself, despite being a city, despite having reduced number of RGOs, and despite having a penalty to the amount of food it's producing, is actually running a food surplus. It's feeding tons of people, and the richer the people, the more food they eat. It's feeding tons of people. It's still having a little bit of a surplus locally. Even if it was running a deficit locally, it would then start to consume food from the province level. And this province as a whole, the province of Alsace, is a food-rich province. Almost every location, possibly every location in Alsace, I'm not sure, or lower Alsace here, produces food. So we have a huge surplus. So the city of Strasbourg, even if it wasn't producing food in and of itself, it would be, and I guess I'm forgetting, this is the food balance. Its raw food production here is 148 a month. But even if it wasn't doing that, even if, yeah, we lost the 148 food a month because instead of producing wheat, this was producing silver, we would still have a food surplus in this province, which means we wouldn't have to buy food. In fact, we'd make money selling food. And so that's really important. So when I'm looking at locations for where I might want to turn into an urban location, I'm going to probably very heavily look at the food or the RGO, because I don't necessarily want to lose a very valuable RGO, and I want to make sure that we don't tank our food production. The other thing is the big reason you would turn a rural location into an urban location is because you want to make huge amounts of money. Because urban locations pull in, that's where your burgers really come into play. And that's where you're going to build lots of production buildings, and those things can make money, either directly or via market stuff or all kinds of different things. And since in my thought, towns and cities, which again are basically the same thing, are there to make you money, it's going to be very important that you have high control, because control really contributes to your taxation. Partially via, like, say, local crown power over here. A low control site, you're not going to make any money off of. A high control site, you're going to take that money and really make it your own, especially with crown power. So a place that has high control is a good, sexy one for a town. It's worth noting, when you go from a rural to a town has a 5% bonus to maximum control. Towns, you can also build buildings like temples, which also have another 5% control bonus. Later on, there may be other buildings involved, but right now we can think of this as any location that we turn from a rural location to a town is going to get 10 more to its maximum control once we build a temple, which is all we have access to right now. And that's why I'm thinking Lichtenberg would be an excellent place for us to turn into a town. It is a food generating place, although legumes are only worth 5 food per as opposed to 8 of the wheat. So it'd be less of a malus. And if we look over here, this location has got a monthly production of 122 food. I did some math wrong on the Discord because I was only looking at the food balance. But we would be, so first of all, we'd be losing half our RGOs. So we'd go from 12 max to 6 max. And if you haven't built that much, then obviously you're not going to lose that much. But in this case, we have built 12. So we will go to probably 6 RGOs. So that's having our food potential. Plus, on top of that, we're going to take a 20% hit to our actual food production. Not the amount of legumes we're producing, but the actual amount of food it does in the end. So that translates to, math is hard and I don't know. Maybe this location will only make about 50 food instead of 120, somewhere around there. So we're actually looking at a 70 food loss if I were to make Lichtenberg into a town. But the province food here is sitting at 176. So we would still be making like over 100 food in this province as a whole, which means we'd be nice and stable. And it's a high control site, so we know we're going to get all the money out of Lichtenberg. So I think we should town Lichtenberg. As a other comparison, if we look at Neustadt, and I promise we're nearly done here and we're going to start playing the game, but I think this is like, this is the high quality stuff that I love talking about. If we look at Neustadt here, this I think would be an example of a much poorer thing for us to turn into town at this point in the game. First of all, it produces livestock, and livestock, like wheat, is worth 8 food per. This location is producing 156 food. It actually doesn't even eat that much because it doesn't have that many people. Well, it's got 14,000 people, which is actually a good amount, but they're mostly peasants, and peasants don't eat that much food because they're poor. So this location would generate 156 food. Again, back of the just random, we'd split it in half, then drop by 20%, call it, I don't know, we'd be making maybe 60 food left. I don't know, but we'd certainly making a lot less food. And if we look at the province, so we'd be losing at least 75 food, which would actually put the province as a whole in a deficit. Now, we're making enough money. We could still afford to buy food from the market, but I don't really think we want to do that. Not only that, but Neustadt doesn't have that great control. It's actually sitting at 48% control right now, but that's only because we were doing some things with our councillors, which not. Its max control is actually 35%, which means even with a town and a temple, it'd only be sitting at 45%. We really wouldn't be extracting the max value out of this place, so I think it would be terrible to town. Anyway, that's the end of my discussion about that, but I think this gives us a real, finally, oh, and some people are like, wait, how do you make a town anyway? This is a question I've seen on Reddit, and I just saw on the Discord earlier. When you look at a location, this little icon here, it's subtle. This icon here shows you the location rank, but this is also a button. Whereas if we left click it, we found a town. If we right click, we can downgrade a location as well. And there may be times someone is asking, would there be a good time to downgrade from a town to something else? Yeah, I mean, maybe. Also, do keep in mind, though, if you have a lot of urban buildings, those will go away when you town it. Anyway, so here's what I propose. Once we get some money in our bank again, let's go and make Lichtenberg a town. We don't have any money right now because I'm building tons of buildings. We recently unlocked the printer shop, the tier 2 paper maker, or bookmaker. Yeah, the bookmaker, the tier 2 bookmaker. We also unlocked the tier 2 paper maker. We've already done a bunch of those upgrades over there. So that's in the queue, but yeah, we're making good money already. A scriptorium spreads heresy. That's going to be fine. Yes, make numbers go up. What did I, so, oh, it's Dementia again with the super thanks over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Guten Tag, Will. I'm going to the zoo on Saturday. Ooh, I got fired from there. The sign clearly said don't feed the animals, so I didn't. Oh, God. Scriptorium in Heidelberg. Lose religious influence, lose stability. You know what? I think I'm probably fine with losing religious influence. I think we're gonna be very pro restaurants later on. So you know what? It's fine. I do like making saints. It's very entertaining. Speed 4 is good. Money's going up like crazy sauce. Mostly as a result of trade. Oh, I can unstar these locations. I just had pinned them to be able to quickly find them if need be, but there we go. But yeah, we're making tons of money from trade. That is by far the biggest contributor to our income. You can see nearly 100 a month from trade by itself. And then, you know, some taxes over there. Most of it from commoners, because there's a lot of them. They don't make much money, but there's a lot of them. We're taxing them to the max. We're also taxing the burgers to the max, but their max is not very high. And it would be nice to bring that up a little bit more, but they've got a lot of power. They are super duper happy, right? The burgers are sitting at like basically 99% satisfaction. It's hard to believe that it's me, Quill18, playing this game because my people are apparently happy, but sometimes it happens. Also, didn't find any downside at all spamming out trade options. Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to agree with that. Just to get a little bit more passive trade income seems like a huge win. Okay, our research, we did queue up a few things. We got some early military things. We got that one there for the, I think that was morale boost. And I think early hunting guns is just on the way to Pike Square for some military tactics. We the last time we got into a war, we had a slight disadvantage on some of the stats. So we've gone and queued those up. But then after that, and these are those that I just mentioned, those three are in the Pike and Shot institution here in the Age of Discovery. But mostly we're going to be focusing on the printing press. Which we already did pick up some things, right? That's how we got the better paper workshop and then the printer shop. But then, yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff queued in over here. New cabinet action, I think this is just on the way to some of those stuff. Efficiency of our cabinet is huge. Anything that's an efficiency boost is massive. We're unlocking new law, so that'll give us some new levers to pull. I don't think we really produce jewelry, but it's on the way to other things. Skill of the artist, kind of same. Satisfaction, equilibrium, we love. More court power is great. Unlocking paved roads is going to do huge things for our proximity and therefore our control. An extra cabinet seat is also going to be really good. Fair laws embraced by all. Fair laws gives us all estates are satisfied and more tax efficiency is huge. And yes, we actually don't have an ally right now, but we do have a decent defensive league. Well, it's us, and it's Austria, and it's Württemberg, but that's pretty good. I like this defense, especially since France is looking a little scary. Agnes has come of age. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to name someone this stream. I think it's been 2 streams in a row. We haven't named anyone, which is annoying. Ooh, I think Nuremberg is fighting back. I wonder if they made a trade defense deal over here. No, I don't want Nuremberg. I want, what's it? Control Bishopric of Freezing. They're not willing to do the market access, huh? We may have to look at these guys. Improve opinion. Let's do a little bit of that. Get this market back, because Nuremberg was down to like basically nothing over here. Yeah, since I got so many market access privilege deals, my market's reaching all the way to the ocean to the north. Nice. I do have enough for the town, so let's go ahead and do that. And I think I'm also going to increase my diplomatic spending, and we're going to do more of those market access things. And I think I will just go and spam them everywhere. There's lots of them which aren't unneeded, and so I'd be spending one of our diplomats on something that's strictly required. But let's just go and purge the list. So yeah, let's go ahead and make Lichtenberg into this. Wow, $68. The extra tax boost is helping here. Oh yes, and it does take a year to do that. That's true. Yeah, I'm going to go and bring my diplomatic spending up to like the halfway mark. So we'll cruise points a little fast. It's actually not much faster. It's mostly changing our cap here. Because I forget, we have a lot of passive bonuses. Yeah, we'll double the rate. It's fine. You own the other market? No. So we only own Strasbourg itself. If we'd have to conquer the actual location Nuremberg here. We do have enough power in Venice that we're making some trade money there, which is nice to see. So what I want to do is here and market access preference, and yeah, I think most of these we have, but we're just going to go ahead and eliminate them so we don't have to worry about it. Should not conquer Nuremberg. I mean, we would. A part of my emphasis has been going down the Rhine, which has been great for proximity. But yeah. Be nice to have an option to peace deal dismantle market. There is an option to move the market or something, because that was one of the things the war against Austria they wanted to do. They wanted to take our market or something. Yeah, exactly. Bulgar says. Yeah, you don't have to take the location as an option in peace deal to take the market center, and it will move to one of your locations. Do you get to choose what location? Because I mean, our locations are over here, and it wouldn't really gain much. I suppose if the Nuremberg Center moved to like right here on the edge, like if it goes to like the closest location, that would be kind of nifty. And paved roads make proximity much easier to handle. Yeah, when we get the paved roads, which is in our queue, and I could have prioritized a little sooner, and maybe I should have. Well, the paved roads won't make a tremendous difference on our territory. Well, we've expanded a bit, now that I think about that, actually. But that'll probably be our signal for annexing our vassals. The vassal singular, probably Metz, which is our vassal. We've got another one. I think Wurzburg was one of our vassals we just took in a war. I don't know. Reconciling differences. Lorraine's getting happier. That's good. And yeah, we can do Schwarzburg here. This one's another... Oh, we need a couple months to tick by. Put a screenshot of your market on the Europa channel in Discord to illustrate what I was saying. Okay, cool. Cool, Bogar. I will quickly glance, but I don't really want to distract too much from the live stream. Where's the Europa channel? Europa. Okay, come on, Quill. That's what I get for trying to rush Europa. Took Genoa and Venice market centers. Cool. Oh yeah, and they get renamed. Oh, that's really neat. What is this? Guild before country. Berhard would die. Well, he's quite good. Diffuse the situation. You know what? I'll take the stability hit. It's fine. Yeah, slow, smooth is fast. Exactly. Trying to rush too much and find the channel. Come on. Tick, 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 tick. Although, again, I don't think Schwarzburg's really going to make a difference. Oh, hey, the Bank of the Fuggers. That's interesting, because this is a location-based place. I don't know. We're not really getting the map silver. Whatever, we'll just keep doing all of them. And then we'll reevaluate after that. Money's going up like crazy. Oh, my constructions are basically done. Is a year gone by? Did we already make the city? Oh! Shit, that went fast. Okay, there you go. Town of Lichtenberg. So yeah, it's Legume Town. I think we had 12, right? It went to 7. So again, it's a plus 100% modifier to the base, but there's a few other modifiers. So we didn't actually have it, but nearly so. And yeah, it's maximum control, it's 97, and then we are going to start building some buildings over here. One thing that's quite handy, actually, is this button here to open food buildings in a place. Because this could be things like, for example, irrigation could be quite nice. This would be a location that could benefit highly from a bunch of irrigation, because each level of this gives you extra local food production. So in your places that produce the most food, that is great. And I think this can actually be built everywhere. But you can also do secondary buildings. Like in this case, we could build a fruit orchard anywhere we wanted. And literally anywhere, rural or urban. It consumes some amount of wood to produce fruit. So it is a non-RGO way to make food. I don't know how likely I'm going to do that, but it is interesting to consider. We do want marketplaces everywhere we can build them. So Lichtenberg didn't have any. Oh, Saarwarden we also made into a city. So those would be pretty good candidates. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and shift-click those for now. We'll have to come back as well. They're being limited a little bit by burgers. The other thing we want, and I would love, so I was talking about this a little bit on the stream, it's kind of annoying if you want to find like, ooh, do I have any buildings I could build to improve literacy? The problem with that is there's not a meta category for like all literacy buildings. And the problem is there's a ton of different literacy things. And some of them we actually really don't even have right now. If I were to look down here, for example. So let's say, let me skip over the local category. We'll be back to that in a second. And we're looking at max literacy. Max literacy for the different classes, like that. You might think, oh, there's no buildings I can build that increase literacy. Except this is max literacy sort of nationwide. What we actually want in this case is local max literacy, and potentially for these subgroups over here. So now we're seeing every single building that you could build that increases all these categories. It'd be great to save this filter, or to have a meta filter of like, just roughly show me literacy. Like if you could just type literacy and just have it go with a text string, that would be a thing. What helps me is in looking at all the buildings is changing from list view to the second option, to the cards display. You find the cards display helpful? Okay, I might play with it a little bit more. So we could see, and these buildings right now, not every single one of these is necessarily buildable, although I suspect it will be because we just took some new locations. And yeah, I can just right click here. So the cathedral, which is buildable anywhere, including rural locations, which is actually quite surprising to me. But we can go ahead and build these, and we get, max literacy for clergy, which is good. The migration attraction, that's nice. Although a lot of our migration is just going to happen within our nation itself. So it's not the most important, but it can go within your market as a whole. And local pop conversion speed is not really an issue for us. Like if I were to prioritize things, I probably wouldn't necessarily prioritize the cathedral. I'm sure we'll build it anyway. But the library is pretty good because not only does it give you higher max literacy, it also increases the monthly literacy, so you reach the max faster. Institution growth is lovely, but it gives you more pop promotion speed, which is powerful, and cultural influence is good. Can I not right click to auto build this one? That's interesting. I can right click to build the cathedral, but it doesn't have the same for library. So I can click through, and then I've got the mass build. Oh, I guess maybe that was it. It's because there was no mass build option, because Lichtenberg is out of burgers. I could still force the queue. So, okay, that's kind of fair. Temples is going to be fine because it uses clergy, so it doesn't feel like it's got the shortage. It gives us max control, which is amazing, and literacy. So yeah, I mean, we want the temples regardless. And yeah, I'm gonna go. I think these are all. Oh, university was good. That tooltip is so long, I actually couldn't tell at the bottom if it was buildable or not. There's no chanceries. I could build fortress church. I don't love giving the clergy more power, but it's not the end of the world. That's interesting. We haven't been building these. But perhaps I should. Given the clergy power, the increase in clergy food consumption is not the end of the world. Okay, what's interesting about this is increases garrison side and fort defense. Is this only buildable where there is a fort? Does it always act as its own fortress? Or if we're building it somewhere where there's not a fort, is it just so that we can get the literacy? I'm guessing the advantage here is just, if there's not already a fort there, all it's doing is increasing the literacy. Which might still be well worthwhile. Literacy is powerful. I think it's an alternate fort. Does it replace? No. Oh, yeah, over here. So we're getting a little bit. Meow says it's an alternate fort, but in YouTube, Artie says it isn't a fort, just gives extra garrison. I feel like it's not a fortress on the basis that I think a fortress would actually have to add a fort level. So anyway, I'm going to spam out as many of these as I currently can. Oh, and then we're out of money. I'm like, why can't I build more? Money makes the world go round. Oh, regular forts give bonuses to noble. Maybe. Can you build fortresses from the screen? Probably. Or not. I thought you could, but I guess not. So we can build them from here. Yeah, and this actually has a fort level. So the fort is different from the fort building. It does look like the church forts do give you more garrisons, like and defense stuff. So it does help your forts, but presumably if you don't have one, you don't get that defensive bonus. But again, I might still want to build it because literacy is good. Oh, you think it's called a castle? Yes, it is called a castle, but the castle does give fort level, which is a key, very key difference. Okay. Can I build any? Turns out, yes. I kind of feel like we probably... Do we want to build fortresses everywhere? Okay. Kind of maintenance and things. You do definitely consume stuff. I kind of feel like spamming a million forts is, like, possibly desirable. Like old school EU4. Yeah, exactly. Nightcark says, fortress everywhere. Turn this back into launch EU4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. There is a fort limit that if you exceed, and we did have that before. Yeah, there we go. So we could build 2 more forts and still be within our limit. If we built 3, we'd be slightly over our limit. So I guess that would be the thing, is to choose where we might want to build them. Thank you, cores. So we're integrating some of our locations. The provinces aren't quite 100% there, but some individual locations within the provinces are being done. And once a province is integrated, or once a location is integrated, if its culture is at least 50%, if I remember correctly, accepted or primary, then it also counts as a core, which is really good. This is going to do huge things to our stability and money and all kinds of good stuff. So let me do this. Okay, so these ones are where I already have it. It makes me think we probably want one here and like here or something like that, although terrain would also come into play. This is a town. Sarvarden is also a town. And to me, defending those is pretty appealing. Some woods is not bad. Oh, this is hills. Wooden hills? This seems like a great place to build a fort. Bitka is what I keep calling you. We're going to build a castle. And I guess I'll queue up the church fortress there afterwards. All right. And then Leningen is our new... Lichtenberg is our new town. That might be a good... Leningen, do you have one? You don't. It is flatland. It is wooded flatlands. But this is a hilly place. It would be a pain in the butt for people to go and do that. We could focus on more edge stuff as well. Or I might want to... Right. Ooh, my income went down here. Did we... It could have been a temporary event that went away. No, it's our expenses are going up. Because our income's gone up. We're now over 100 on the trade. And our tax is about the same over here. And I don't assume the minting or anything really finished. So... I don't know. Forts are expensive. But that's not really... Like, our fort maintenance is still nothing. We're spending a lot of money building them, to be fair, but I'm just looking at the income. Oh, you think buying food... Nah, buying food's very small. Maybe... Is it going to go up in the next month here? Maybe we're buying a bunch of food in the winter? No, it actually went down more. Oh, hey, Artie, thanks for joining the Sprouts. Why are you not taxing burgers? Oh, because I can't. I mean, I technically am. I'm taxing them for 8.39, but that is their maximum tax. And the reason is mostly, I think, to do with a lot of their power here. State power 6.6, and there's some policies. And the control over monetary policy is a big one. But it is... There you go. It is given progress towards innovative. It also counters some inflation, which means we can do a bit more minting. I mean, it's possible that without it, we'd make more money. Hard to say. I mean, I'm sure we're going to be stripping away a bunch of these privileges as we go forward, but yeah. Yay, more cores. And our deficit grows. These are the expenses. 181, 155. Well, income went down a tiny bit. Expenses went up a tiny bit. We're making infinite money a couple of seconds ago. Oh, you know what? I should not be spending this much on diplomacy. First of all, let me go and do this. Let's see here. The Fugers, the Fuggers over here. We're going to do that. And then I will go and bring the diplomatic spending back down to 0. There you go. That's going to make a big difference. Create some cores. Good, good, good. Yeah, the staff investment is a lot, but I think it's worthwhile. And I'm going to keep our stability pinned to 100. Like, the higher state satisfaction is nice for all kinds of things. The pop promotion speed is really great. All right, we got some empty slots going on. So, we could do more the assimilate. Now, this would be better with the highest Diplo person. Can I not see their stats from here? I thought I could. There, this one's got higher. So we will do some assimilate. So we're assimilating into Rhine Alemannic. And, ooh, no one in Lower Mine has our culture at all. I mean, some of these numbers are pretty low. Like, or, you know, we could go by population number. Like, the Palatinate, I think we were focusing on the Palatinate. It is big. It actually might be a pretty good idea. Here, let's do that. Because I think we discovered it, like, was doing assimilation in, like, each province or each location is getting plus 78 or something for speed, which is pretty good. This fellow's really good at administrative stuff. So it might just be a developed province. We could also just slap down and increase province control back in the Palatinate. Which, because the plus 10% control is pretty strong. Promotion speed. I mean, and this is your strong suit. But, like, part of me is thinking it is nice to... Oh, develop province is also diplomacy? Shit, do that. And then probably what we want to do is develop wherever the most pops are. Though, I suppose there's something to be said about a place that's got the lower current development. Interesting. Why can't I develop in the Palatinate? Oh, because not everything is cored yet. Okay, so that might... The Palatinate province might end up being the great candidate. Especially at some point, we're going to pick up Landau. But for now, I guess I'm going to keep developing my capital area. Oop. Yeah, cost to revoke policies is huge. It would tank our stability completely if we were to revoke a privilege. So we're not going to do that now. I suspect as we go forward, there's going to be more options to do that sort of thing. All right, money's going up again, which is great, as expected. And yeah, we are going to build some more. Well, first of all, if I can build more marketplaces, and yeah, I'm going to mass build these. Always going to be my first priority. And if you can't, it's because we're out of burgers, and that's fine. And then, yeah, sorting by income. We're going to do more printer shops. Yeah, no, definitely. Build as many of those as you can. Thank you very much. Because they still make huge bank for us. Higher development, the higher the building cap is in city. Soft cap exceeding just makes it cost more. Watching this run makes me hungry. Oh, because the burger talk? Yeah, I should get some. Bad reputation? What are we, a Taylor Swift song? Okay. Right, I don't think... Oh, we can ask someone for money? Oh, Lorraine. Why is it... What is this being sorted by? Oh, alphabetically for some reason. How come it's not sorting by, like, will you accept it? 952 bucks! What is their opinion of us right now? Does it say here? Well, plus 20 opinion, but what's their actual opinion sitting at? A plus 200. They still are at plus 200. I guess it pays to be nice? All right. Well, let's turn that into more money. Art of the... And then, yeah, we're back. Our cap is, like, insanely high. Buy locations might be doing some fun things, too. Take on debt. I think what we'll do is we'll probably do some improved relations. And again, I kind of wish you could sort this screen by, like, military strength or something like that. Like, how do we judge? Or again, I've said, It might be nice to sort by who's got the highest potential for changing things. Platinate isn't one of our... no, we did vassalize the Platinate, right? Hang on. This one? There's the royal marriage. Is this for vassals? Oh yeah, it is. Oh no, it's Schwartz. It is Schwarzburg. Okay. I mean, we might not be able to actually improve relations with the Platinate. Like, we might not want to, because we might just be going after them. Where are they? Does it not highlight them over here? Oh, they're over there. We could probably go and improve it with them at this point, because I don't think warring them is relevant. On the other hand, is it really going to make much of a difference? Oh, we're rivals. Yeah, let's not bother with that. Sort by trust, alphabetical. Sort by antagonism. That might be the thing to do. Is suck up to someone who's got a bunch of antagonism against us. But it might not be Hesse, because we might actually go for Hesse and Cologne. Okay, how about Saxony? They're not actually near us in any way. They're huge, and they hate us. Let's suck up there. All right. Maybe I should automate diplomacy. Although, I find if we automate diplomacy, they just never do anything. They're not, Ooh. Oh, everyone wants royal marriage? Yeah. Nice. Still like market regulations. Yeah, we don't need satisfaction from the burghers. Some of these other things we'd have to really give too much. I mean, the plus 5% population growth while it's being debated is nice, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. Yeah, let's do market regs. Big fan of that. And we're already there. All right. Members and scandal. I can lose 5% support and be fine right now. Might change my mind later. We'll see. Religious influence, lose some stability. Yeah, you know what? We can keep losing the religious influence. Ever since we got the printing press, they're like, all these commoners are printing things. Oh, thank you. Promote institutions. Yeah, I don't think we'll run that. It's just on the way to some stuff that's good. Bit of a rice shortage. These resources are fine. Okay. Are you individualist or communalist? Being communalist lowers the cost to revoke. Ah. Only I could revoke the 100% or 100 plus stab cost. Privileges was doing that plus empowering the commoners. Their privileges are super cheap to revoke after. Okay. I think we are kind of individualist, aren't we? Oh no, we are on the communalism side. But even at max, okay, 50% discount is actually pretty huge. Life in Strasbourg. Lose money, lose 5% support. You know what? We can run an improve opinion. I will say we'll lose the support. And then I'll just do an increase opinion. So yeah, sure. Bohemia can like me. There you go. All right. Yeah, I mean, we're making lots of money, but I mean, you know, that's what we're trying to do. And a big part of it is the market control. Although you can see that slipping. Nuremberg finally realized they have to push back. They'd been limited to like the province with the actual trade zone and like a couple next to it. Okay, state satisfaction with burghers isn't required. Yeah, you know what they can take? Minus 15% is a pretty big hit, but our burghers are so freaking happy that that doesn't matter. We can just absorb that, no problem. All right, let's build some more buildings. And yeah, right now, I think the printer shops are still like... I mean, look at this profit. I mean, they're pricier to build. Books, baby. Never gonna have another book shortage. And theoretically, we're gonna export a lot. I did go and re-automate the trade completely. I'd had some manual trades for like importing some wood and masonry and stuff. And I just said, you know what, we'll just automate. I still love that we're exporting a bunch of pearls. Because every time it's like, I'm sorry, did you say pearls from our little inland empire? Okay, can you stay locked? Thank you. And it's all because of this one province. If we lose control over this one province here, who does this belong to? Upper Bavaria. I don't know if we have a trade thing with it. If we lose that, then we'll no longer be able to export pearls. Have to go to war. Meanwhile, we speaking of war, we still have a fair amount of antagonism, though it is going down finally. We had like so much at the start of the stream. It didn't mouse over properly, but yeah. I don't. Some Grumpy Oldie says, "How much are you making from selling books?" I don't know if there's a good, clear way to see that. Like if I just look at books, and you can see there is a shortage. There's more demand for books in our market than we have. And again, see this display is weird to me because this is the sources and the demands. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it would be interesting to get a specific breakdown of the revenue from this, both production and trade. Da Vinci's 11. Prepare. Oh, is he? Is this around the time of Da Vinci? I didn't realize that. Okay, +7 stab would overcap us, so it doesn't help us give us a bunch of money. We love money. Research. I think the research is worth it. I mean, the more money we get now, the faster we build buildings, which give us more income. In the market, you have a breakdown per good. So you're saying, like, if I looked at Strasbourg, we can sort by balance, by market price. That's not the same as just, like, how much are we making from our book industry as a whole? What's the base price? It's $5 and it's actually down. That's interesting. The effective demand is lower than the effective supply. Even though the actual demand, what's the difference? Is the effective demand just within my market and the rest of the demand is from trade? There you go. Okay, over here we can see the exports, although this is pure number of books and not money being made. Look at the paper. Oh, do you think there might be a paper? There is a slight paper deficit. Not much, but some. And maybe rather than building more printer shop, maybe I should go back to building more of the printers or the paper makers, whatever. Paper shops? I can't remember what they're called the second level. Paper workshop. What's interesting is the paper workshop is definitely not predicted to be as profitable, but it might not be a bad idea to slap a little bit more in here. You have both versions of the bookmaker. So yeah, so when you build the tier 2 building, because I was confused about this myself. When you build a tier 2 building, what it does first is like replace others. You can filter for upgradable, which it is quite interesting that it shows a bunch of things over here. Like Tools Guild. I don't know if it's upgrading from some base building or... Oh, this isn't... Hang on. These are buildings that presumably have levels... Upgraded. Show only buildings that could have been upgraded. So is this just showing buildings that as a class are upgradable? No, because Jewelers Guild, this is the level 1. I'm confused with what this represents. Because the Spinners Guild is in here, and we clearly only have the level 1, because we don't have the next age for that. Anyway, but the theory is that if you're building these printers guilds, it will replace the tier 1 version of the buildings with the upgrade. So I don't think we have to explicitly interact with it. Yeah, what kind of filter? I mean, I love the fact that the filter exists. Obviously, the filter is very strong in a lot of ways, but there's a couple of areas of like, I'm confused. And again, what I would really like with the literacy thing is like, I want to be able to type in this and just like, show me all buildings that impact literacy in any way whatsoever. And if I hit enter here, what it's actually going to do is just select local max literacy because that's what's selected. Right? And it's like, I kind of want all these categories to be active at once, which I can do manually if I go through and find the list in there, but it's annoying. Sure, I accept all marriages. Who doesn't love a wedding? Well, I have seen Game of Thrones, I suppose. Where did you present Siege? Oh, are you watching... Are you talking about your own game there, Balgar? Or I was going to say, are you watching a siege happening somewhere in our territory? We're almost at our manpower cap. We might build some more troops soon. Just to keep that going. Oh, there's our fortress church, finally. I think, yeah, because in Bitka we did go... And apparently it is, like, pronounced beach or something. Like some beach somewhere, you know, a sandy place. But I'm going to keep saying Bitka because to me it's a South Park reference. Efficiency of the cabinet. Although death is going to make our cabinet slightly less efficient. Now, currently, we're working on the assimilation job. And this is going to sort by diplomatic ability. But we could consider, like, another category. Although, I have to say, no, you know what? Dr. Simon over, a 67. He's going to... Damn. We're going to pay $100 for someone who could kick the bucket any second now. But he does have really good, like, stats in a couple of categories we use a lot. And we've got someone else who's good at military for the integration. All right, I'm going to take Dr. Simon. Hopefully the doctor knows how to keep himself alive. Have you completely stopped using levies? No, we still raise them in the wars. We're definitely not beyond that stage. I think we need another tier of manpower generating buildings to really be able to just rely on professional armies. Oh, I did want to go and check on the RGO situation again. Yeah, there's definitely some good ones. Oh, Strasbourg got itself another wheat. So Strasbourg has grown / developed enough, yeah, to get some extra cap over here on the RGO. That's nice. I love the mass RGO builder. Just 10 out of 10. So good. So good. And honestly, part of me wouldn't mind like a mass building builder of like literally just build me the most profitable building, which is kind of what I'm doing here, right? Sorting by a category, clicking on the top one, and then I can use the mass build printer shop here. But because I'm so very lazy, part of me is like, maybe you could just have one button. But at that point, at a certain point, you're wondering, maybe I should just be automating all the buildings. And I love the fact, and I want something very similar with the diplomacy thing. I love the fact that you can be like, save 1,000 gold, but you can spend above that. Mm-hmm. You know, you can put a crown cabinet, improve your crown power. Yes, I do. I talked about it in my very first preview video, but mostly I'm looking for the high stats. But I really should take a beat to make sure if there's someone who's like in second place who's close with crown power, we should look at that a little bit more. Children, yeah, the better education thing is just annoying to me. I'm just gonna go and right click that because it doesn't feel accurate. Skilled diplomat is diplo rep, right? Or we can keep him. Oh, I'm gonna take the prestige, I think, since it does impact some trade power stuff, and that's nice. Oops, nope, I didn't actually mean it. Oh yeah, not market villages, but marketplace. And then what's the... Oh, it's trade. That's the word I'm looking for. The trade offices. We might want to slap some of those down. That being said, I think I still want all of our marketplaces we can have. And then if I search for trade, then we get trade off remote ones. And yeah. We'll build some of those to get a little more trade power in other places. You drove your chevaliers into the levees, but the levees were dry? Ah. Simon! I just paid $100 for you! I told you not to die! I gave you explicit instructions to not die! Almost like these people aren't listening to me. What are you, Twitch chat? Anyway, it's a great idea. We should acknowledge the crown power stuff. I don't think they changed it. Oh, they did! Excellent. One of the complaints I had in my very first preview video is you can sort by, like, an estate. They didn't have a filter for crown, which I was like, oh, that's a shame because it's so important. You know what else would be nice? Is sort by just like is this what this is? Sort by ability. Is this by total ability? Or is this sorting by some sub? Maybe this is sorting by total ability. Be nice to have a specific like number here. I don't know. But if we look at Bernard over here, he's only 47, which is nice. What's your inspirational leader? You'd be better as a general. But I mean, you're fine. And you do have some crown power. So I guess we'll do this. You designate a head of cabinet. Lots of crown power from it too. Don't know if republics can. I think that, even with republics, I think that's something you you unlock through something, isn't there? Yeah, I don't remember. And yeah, the characters do level up with age. And so you could put someone young in there, even if their stats aren't that impressive. I don't know if they level up like faster if they're in a cabinet or whatnot, and it's an investment. But yeah, if they match other things, it's a button. Okay, with the hat next to the lock button on the cabinet screen. Oh! Because you can lock someone if you're automating. That's right. Promote to head of cabinet. We lose some Republican tradition. They get head of cabinet. Cannot be removed. More efficiency. Yeah. And then let's say we did it to our crown dude, which is over here. As crown head of the cabinet gets us more. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah, taking a retribution hit is fine. We'll bounce back. It costs us a little bit of money to pay to bring that up again. But yeah, that is actually going to be really, really nice. Thank you for the reminder. That is something I had seen before and had promptly forgotten. We're working on Republican power, so it'll be interesting to see. We can, in here, we can go through and like mouse over all these options, but we'll just wait for it to pass, and then we'll see what it is. Because it'll be much more convenient. And yeah, manpower's high. What do people think we should be building for a permanent army? At this point in the game, still some cavalry, I think. I still like the idea of having, you know, a good amount of base infantry, but I think the cabs are still strong at this point in the game. More cores. People are still voting on different defensive policies. And swapping back and forth and being annoying. All right. So, law not codified. So, Republican powers. Let's read the flavor text here. As any government, the Republic must not only make decisions, but also act upon them. To do so, it needs a way of exercising its executive capabilities so they can reach even the furthest areas of the country. Options. Absolute power of the president. Oh, that's never a bad thing to invest a lot of power into one person. So that increases crown power, which is awesome. We take a dip to our monthly Republican tradition, which means we'll be paying a little bit more to maintain it. We could soak that. Crown power is excellent. Broad executive power, increasing the efficiency of our cabinet. That is really nice because our cabinet is a really important thing, and them just getting a lot more bang for their buck. Any of the things that say efficiency are awesome. Devolution of powers. +1 cabinet seats. Progress towards decentralization. Decentralization is not bad, but I'm really favoring centralization, so not that. Newman. Change air selection costs, sub-cabinet member. No, screw that. Both of these top two are very enticing. Very enticing. Meow says crown power. Don't even read the other ones. Crown power is really, really strong. Because what it does, it helps shift the balance of power between the estates. We're 40% now. Ooh, that's quite a nice little boost. And this controls, you know, like our taxes and shit. How much bang for our buck of the trade we get, right? There's 177 bucks in the Strasbourg market being made, and we're currently getting 40% of that, but we could get more. Efficiency is really good. But I do love the sound of absolute power for me. All right, I think we're going to do this. So right now, we made 81 this month. Crazy. Oh, right, it's got to pass. I'm like, what? The number didn't change. Right, it takes a second to process. Stupid paperwork. Gotta do things right and by the numbers. Ugh. Ugh. Well, let's keep building printer shops. It's like, you know, living in a dictatorship is great as long as I'm the dictator. 10 years of more efficiency in the cabinet. Okay. Don't mind that. We don't have a book or paper. Well, I mean, I guess there was a slight one. Like, there wasn't enough to, like, come up as a warning, I say. Although, no, actually, 13 buildings are missing paper. Oh, we can canonize another saint. Let's throw someone into a cannon. Theobald! Hey, prestige. Republican tradition won't do anything for us, but we'll get the estate satisfaction a little bit. Mostly, let's get some prestige. That's always nice. And then, yeah, let's go and build more paper workshops. It's interesting that, like, the book workshops are still considered more profitable despite the shortages. Ferengis are plotting against us. What rule of acquisition did we break? We can seize their wealth. Patricians lose money and some satisfaction. Or justice above all. Lose some stability. I mean, they'd probably bounce back pretty quick. I don't even know if the patricians pay taxes these days. I mean, they do, not much. And they'll still will, because it's based on the balance thing here. Let's just take the money. Done. Go on, take the money and run. Let's do some more paper. $100 a month. We still haven't passed the Crown Power Boost. Yee! Oh, what is... Hang on. Is someone referencing Prestige Buck happen again? Oh. Did we get double the prestige or something weird like that? Hang on. The plus 100% from investing. Is this triggering... Is this doubling how much I get from events? Or something weird like that? God damn it! Stop dying, you cowards! Anyway, sort by ability. We could put Benedict in here. He's only 20? And he's like 50 across the board? Benedict! Oh, the canonization gave us a bunch of stuff. Yeah, okay, that's right. Benedict, my dude. I mean, you are... I mean, literally mid. Not as the kids say it, but like, perfect. You're not bad at anything. You're not great at anything, but you're not bad in any way whatsoever. You're our ruler's grandson. I mean, nepotism is the best kind of petism, right? His trait is he can't say penguin because he's Benedict. Petra. We did not name this person. Petra's come of age. We did not name them. So, okay. As an experiment, let's automate our relations. Although I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is it's never going to spend that Diplo point. Right? Not going to spend this. It doesn't even spend it, even if like my cap is 1 and I have 7 because some events and things can give you a bunch. It feels like it never does anything. And I mean, admittedly, these are all old guys who are kicking the bucket at this point. Or you. Well, 63. Could have been more. Well, that was Bernie Mac. Oh, our super good military guy. Now, that is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, let's keep sorting by total ability. Although, what I could do... Like, just at a glance... Oh, sort by military. There's no one that impressive, so never mind. We'll do this. Theobald's 51. He's fine. Screw it, let's keep doing it. So, all 3 of these are part of our... It's not adding up a lot, is it? Because, I mean, they're 8%, but, like, to result in a total number of 817. But, so, like, the math, you know, it's not increasing this by 8%, obviously. But it did make a difference. All right. Oh! Oh, it did do something. Okay. I'm fine with this. I'm totally fine with this. Did we get pulled into a war? No. We just have vision. Is Lorraine in a war? Yes. We might get called in. Platinet's still pretty pissy, and probably some others are. Like, we could bring up... Is this the... antagonism. Oh, god damn it. Could pin it. Yes, some people have a little bit. Is it time to start thinking about warring again? Maybe the next time the Parliament comes up, we can fabricate a claim on something? I think it would be very tempting to go after
Quill, pay
Cologne.
attention, there's a new subscriber.
Let's go into the political map mode for a sec. So Cologne's these green bits. Oh, we have to take Landau. Just to complete this set over here. I don't know who would get pulled in if we declared war against Landau. Bohemia. Is Landau a free city? That's probably why. I think Bohemia is the emperor. And Lorraine wouldn't be jumping in. Okay, so we're not going to go after Landau now. Is Oberkirk a free city? No, it's a bishopric. Interesting. Austria, who we do actually have a, oh, they'd be the war leader. Who we do have a defensive pact with, would join on the other side, which isn't ideal. Let's Landau to be your vassal. I wonder. I mean, I know they wouldn't say yes now. Subject action? Minus 96. Yeah, minus 90 base. Due to their reject subjugation reasons. Oh, probably because they're a free city. There's an extra minus 75. Member of the HRE is 25. Free Imperial City is an extra 50. Yeah, that's not going to work. Tarlin, thanks for the sub. Jeez. Lagged your note. I swear, this game. Yeah, there's a lot of flip-flopping. So we keep seeing with their defensive alliances, people keep flipping the laws. The 1.0.2 patch was supposed to make that happen less. It doesn't seem to happen less. Although we have not since then gotten the problem where we end up with no defense law in our defense league, because that was always really weird. But this still happens. We create an alliance and it breaks instantly. There's a lack of stability in diplomacy currently, to the point where it feels frustrating to age with, and also not that important. I think if we were to be, could it have been part of the peace treaty? Okay, that's a good point. If Lorraine lost this war, actually, they're still in war, so it's not that. Yep, never mind. It's definitely not that. Like, it might be, at this stage of the game release, it might be just that much more satisfying to play a big nation, in that you probably aren't as reliant on maintaining these very mercurial alliances. Like, inherently unstable. One of those words. Republican power still taking a while to push. Let's go and construct more paper workshops, I'm going to suggest. Just to secure our inputs. If I recall correctly, it is bug in the code that there's a modifier that they forgot to add or remove when keeping alliance into an accepting alliance. They didn't call me to war, though. I don't think that's why they called. But yeah, I think that's probably it. Like, there's some... Normally when you're... So if you look at U4, right? When you have an alliance with someone, it gives you, like, plus 50 or whatever relation with them. And I'm wondering if that's something that's missing. And so they keep fluctuating on the edge of accepting, not accepting. Instead of they accept, we're good buddies. Okay, so we get this mutual boost, and it sort of reinforces. The jewelry output there, I don't know if we're producing any jewelry ourselves, but it's just leading to some other stuff in the tech tree that we're excited about. Bernie von Frickingen, more efficiency or prestige? Yeah, we'll take the efficiency in this case. We're almost done integrating the Platinate. That's great. There's probably only like a province left, or a location left. Buildings, investments, you can land down to help make your vassal. I don't think there's going to be a way to counter that, like, 75, unfortunately. I guess what I should do, like, with this, and it's a little annoying, but we should do something like, because, well, I'm mostly clicking on admin, so maybe I shouldn't have. We'll do one admin, one diplomatic. and then 1 military. We could also spend like the better one, but since we're a republic and they're like not our fixed heirs, I don't know if it's worth investing. But we can split the focus so that if we do get them later in our cabinet, then at least, you know, we might have people who are good at different things and we can focus their jobs. I don't know. The AI will accept the alliance and recalculates if it's over the cap for which the alliance keep. Right, so maybe they're too willing to accept an alliance that'll set them over the cap, which, again, U4 was... And I know they do get a malice to accepting alliance if they're already over the cap. But maybe it's that. And I think in U4, yeah, it's probably just a little bit of mathing. But those are tiny little things that are easy to tweak. All right, we've allied with Württemberg. Hopefully that wasn't someone we're going to look to go to war with. We'll see how long it sticks around. Yeah, this is some paper. Peppers, please. Oh, yeah, do any of these buildings need up? Yes, some of these units can be upgraded. That's a good call. Upgrade 2 armored horsemen to heavy cavalrymen. Lovely, let's do that right away. Now, some of those units have higher, like, bigger sizes. That's might be what's happening here. Because we've seen that before. We had some unit of infantry which was size 50, and the upgraded version was 200. Oh! We died! All right. There's an election going on, so like we have this regency state for a sec. But yeah, I do think we're going to build more of these. I'm going to do that now. So let's go and build. And I'm going to build some more horse dudes. Is what's going to happen. So let's build some cav. Oh! So we can do rush recruitment. They start weaker, but they recruit real fast. Additional, more experience costs longer training. Longer training, I missed this before. This is amazing. Start with XP. Now, the XP does decay if you're not at war, but I don't mind a longer recruitment time. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm out of money. We'll build 4 for now. How about that? All right. Happy 10. For this, I think I'm just looking for higher total number, although I think I prefer the admin. It looks to me like Benedict, this is another Benedict over here, is probably going to be our pick. Highest admin and good numbers overall. And then no one wants to marry you. Right after... Oh, the ultimate president mode just kick in. So how are we doing on a state power? Yeah, 43. So it's not doing that much of a numeric change. Right, the plus 20% to our base power. But every little inch here is going to help our economy and control in general. Oh, yeah, love him in time is going to be fine. I don't... Yeah, we keep having this thing where our ruling people are High Alemannic, which I think are Swiss. In this case, which is weird because like High German is like the sort of standard German language, but I think here High Alemannic is specifically Swiss people. We keep getting those. It keeps causing issues, and I don't know, I guess we'll just take that. It's fine, whichever. I'm gonna bet your supply of books will never catch up demand. Take a look at demand for books and bet there's a huge burgers trading. Yeah, I mean that's what people keep saying is that the stuff keeps popping out here. Yeah, because I guess we see our trades. These are the ones we run. I don't know if we can see the trades the burgers are doing from here. Although if I look at books and then the demands, like these are exports that we might not be doing, but we're exporting tons of books to London. Which is... And there's needs of the burgers, but yeah, this I don't think this is us doing it. I think it's probably... Oh, you're talking about... You are talking about paper specifically. And on this one here, the paper demand. Let's see. Burgers needs of the burgers. I don't Oh, burgers exporting. There it is. They're actually not exporting very much. It's nice that it's highlighted blue. So actually, if I go back to books. Burgers exporting, very few. Yeah, so the burgers are, maybe they're going to start exporting more and more and more paper as I build it. Now, if the burgers export it, does all the money go to them, or am I still getting a cut? Because when I do trade, I get my 43% or whatever it is, and the rest is like divided among various estates. All to them as far as you know. Okay. I mean, hopefully they're using that money to build more estate things here, but yeah, maybe not. Okay, so you've just finished this. You're balanced, so I don't really care what category I give here. It's mostly a question of what helps us the most currently, which might be more assimilation. Because then we don't... Oh, there's conversion to do? I mean, you're mostly fine. You'll probably auto-convert. What promotion speed? I don't think we need to run that. Institution promotion is interesting, because we could do that to help spread the new world. And the sooner it hits us, we'll get a slight tech boost, but I don't feel like it's the thing. I kind of feel we're probably going to develop province. I know, it's tough, because here's the thing. The Franconians are accepted, but if they do become primary, then they get even higher satisfaction cap, I think. There it is. Wasn't taking the click. Excuse me. All right, well, we'll sort by people, although this is not the unconverted people, but sure. We started Swiss, we stay Swiss. No, we started as a as Rhine Alemannic. Our rulers keep ending up being Swiss. Which is different and confusing. And again, the manpower cap. Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna build some more calves. Or heavy calves. You do take a bunch of morale damage. You don't do a lot of strength damage, but you've got great initiative. Chance regiment will engage.
Pay attention, there's a new subscriber.
If there's enough frontage. So I think these are good if to like reinforce. Like if you're sitting in the reinforcement row and a gap opens up, you'll jump in there very early. Turn on Austria. All right. Hey, Austria. You're looking real hot and sexy these days. Oh, the best on the initial stage get max frontage. Oh, even at the start of the battle, which can lead to some front collapses really fast. Okay, I can see the value. I mean, I don't mind having a mix of things. Maybe you know what? I'm still going to build 3 of the heavy calves, but then I might go for some regular calves. Yeah, not what you mean, but funny nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, I still want these guys. Now, someone said something about... Oh, now you have the alliance with Württemberg. Go and turn on Austria. And someone said look at Strasbourg, but I don't know what was the context. I'm sorry. You really keep being Swiss because you keep encouraging money making? Patricians ally with Ferengi power. You know what? Yeah, no, screw Cologne. We're not actually interested in making friends with them. Hostile pirates? That's really funny. Oh, and look, we've got trade presence all over the place, which is great. It's like, oh no, what? Quick, guys, we got to do something about pirates. Let's quickly build up a navy. Like the Rhine pirates. There's a very funny song. Is it by the Arrogant Worms? I think it is. Called The Last Saskatchewan Pirate, which is really funny. Saskatchewan is a province in Canada that is 100% landlocked. And it's just about like a farmer having like, you know, a tough time and he decides to start doing like piracy. So he's got some sort of like little river barge on the River Saskatchewan. River Saskatoon? Must be the River Saskatchewan as well. And he's like, you know, going and like raiding some boat that's got a bunch of hay bales and things like that. Okay, I gotta say the automated alliance maker is, or a diplomacy thing, is actually doing something of some value at this time. The last Bristolian pirate also exists. Ah. You star your market and pins the rest of the. Oh, are you? So you're saying by default it shows all the markets, and if we star one, then it only shows the starred ones at that point. Huh. And presumably I can still star two. So if you don't have any starred, then it doesn't show any. Okay, we could do an election. That's very fascinating. Now, I'm assuming, again, that if we want to go for Landau, Austria is callable, but that still seems scary. And then if I wanted over here, because this is Black Forest stuff, then Austria would go on the other side. There might be a vassal of Austria, actually. Is that what's going on? Yeah, okay. Let's go into the political map mode so we can see the colored borders a little bit more. Are you, Zweibruck, are you a free city? You are. And then here, you're still a vassal of Austria. Yep, which is annoying. All right, so if we just keep looking down the Rhine, who dis? Mainz. Oh, we've been to war with Mainz before. Austria wouldn't jump in. We might be able to promise them something. And then we have more strength. Okay. That's a possibility. Cologne. What are you smelling like these days? We wouldn't even have to promise anything to Austria. And we would be much stronger. What is this symbol? Oh. Okay. We have a truce with Lorraine, but they would jump in the war defensively. If we co-belligerize them, we'd get a stability hit. But presumably they would jump in. This is interesting. Because I like the idea of grabbing, again, at least these two, because it's on the water. It is getting farther and farther from our capital, but it's not like it can expand south. This game sucks. So what? All right, troll harder. You're actually, it's like it's not even impressive. Darmstadt with lead medicaments are really not very well developed. Mostly it's I'd be going to war over here because going to war is entertaining. And that's mostly what it comes down to. Oh, Worms is owned by Mines now. Interesting. It's a little closer, so it's that much more tempting. Though, to be fair, I still have some antagonism. Maybe we should just wait, because I'm kind of restricted in how much I take, mostly by antagonism. Like in the last war, we didn't take everything we could because the antagonism was starting to be kind of painful. Oh, it's been 2 seconds, you guys. It's time for the alliance to break. This is why I'm like, I don't even know if it's worth trying it. But you know what? If the AA wants to try to create something, it's fine. You see there's 2 Burgundies? Are there? There's Burgundy here. If I go here... Oh my god. Oh my god. There are 2 Burgundies! Well, that should give them a CB against each other, obviously. And yeah, I don't love how the French are encroaching over here. Well, the other thing we can do instead of declaring war is we can just go and, you know, make more money via buildings. Bottom was great. I mean, neither one of them are burgundy in color. So they're quite fake. That's interesting. The Paper's Workshop is really not considered a lot profitable anymore. Well, we'll probably just keep alternating between them. Because if we keep building books, the Paper Workshops will be that much more profitable. Flash, if there's a paper shortage, then the books won't be as profitable, so... Just gonna keep building what's at the top. France always goes hard with 100 Years' War. Yeah. Okay. So this is why. So I really think we need more granularity in the automation of diplomacy. Because really all I wanted to do is burn my diplomats for some, passive improvement boosts from time to time. It has started the annexation of Metz. And here's the thing. I don't hate that. It is my plan to annex them. Do we have a preview of how long this will take? For a month? September 74. Okay. It's going to be 6 years. Because once we get the paved roads... I don't know if we get previews over here... January 69. And we don't get a preview any more than this. That might line up, because I said when we get paved roads, I would go and annex Metz because we'd be able to build some roads out there. I think I'm okay with this. Now, let me go and take a look. We might be able to cancel something and get the paved roads a little faster. Ah, that's annoying. I'm doing this one right now, and this one doesn't lead to paved roads. And then after that, it's 2, 3, 4 to paved roads. Yeah, I kind of would have held off on this one to get the paved roads sooner with this. On the other hand, the peasant estate satisfaction equilibrium is amazing. Hey, Lane. Old tutorials really help. Yeah, and I'm hoping to do some more for EU5 at some point, but I really want to feel like I've learned it properly before doing the tutorials. Still no one's going to marry our ruler. That's a shame. And still we're making huge bank. Huge. Oh, we're at 45% crown power now. If I did want to retract something from the burghers, it probably would be this. I could revoke this and still end up positive privilege, or positive stability, but barely. It would be a long rebuild, but it would be fine. But, I mean, again, we could tax them, and we take some of their power away. Although not much. 20% isn't that much more. Some of these will probably, 50% here. Just flat monthly development, progress towards innovative is so good. Actually, if I'm going to revoke anything, I think it would be this one. Because we don't do gold or silver. The only thing this is giving us is the minting threshold. I'm actually thinking I'm doing this now. Go for communalism first, but we already have a push in that direction. I'm not sure I can push it anymore. And the thing is, the amount of time it's going to take to push communalism any higher. I wonder, are we being blocked? Yeah, we can't push further than 10. We need a lot of other things to make this go. Can you give the commoners more rights? Why would I do that? I mean, for example, this would give us more communalism push. Upset the clergy. I don't want decentralization. I do want free subjects. I think we already have commoners in the cabinet from something else. And again, I don't want to decentralize. I'm thinking about yoinking this now. Yeah, if we give the commoners more power, then it pulls power away from other things and yada, yada, yada. Because by denying this from the burghers, the other estates will gain a bit more power. But I think that might be fine. I think I want to do this. I might do a little safety save in case it turns out that there's some implication about losing like 100 stability that I haven't quite taken into account. I think it's fine. I mean, obviously, so the stability changes the breakpoint for people joining rebellions. But one of the advantages, if we don't go to war right now, things are super stable. And then the pop promotion speed is amazing. But we don't really, we can take a hit. Let's do it. Yeet. Minus 40% estate satisfaction. They're still going to be above 50%. Wait, hold on. The equilibrium can go above 100%. Their equilibrium point is at 105%. I mean, not anymore. But wow. And yes, the crown is a state too, so we'll get a little bit as well. Through some of the rounding. Oh, rising inflation. Right, we have to bring this down if we don't want the inflation. Finn McCool died. A ruler's great aunt. Okay. Patrician insurgents. I think we're fine. Patricians are trending upwards. I could always bribe them too, but I don't think they're going to get around to causing us any real problems. All right. Anyone want to marry us now? I don't know. I keep checking, and the answer seems to be no. We got to get on Renaissance Tinder. You know what? I'm not going to war right now. We can take the antagonism hit. I mean, that's barely anything. We've done a lot more antagonism than that before. So it's really not an issue. But yeah. I mean, separate amount of ducats. Our whole vibe with this run was, let's make a lot of money without having to blob. Look at our market over here, though. It has reached far. And yeah, I disabled the automated diplomacy. And when it comes up... Yeah, let's just keep... How do I get this? There it is. There we go. A bank. We're just going to keep going and asking people to make us their preferred market over and over and over again. I mean, even without the trade... No, without the trade income, we'd be running a huge deficit. But we have built our economy around that, and everyone's going to be making some money from trade. We're just going to make more than everyone from trade. Speaking of, though, if we can build more trade offices, let's do it. And then maybe I'll build more marketplaces after. Currently stalled. But why? Oh, Tartus is under siege. Say what? Then just cancel it for now. I'll get my money back. We'll build in Tartus later. Quick question, everyone in chat. How often do Ottomans convert to Orthodox in your game? Only had one game where they did not convert? What? That's crazy! Okay. I want to find out the country. Where do I find out your country's religion? A Basilius. Orthodox. I mean, that's the character, but presumably it's the nations. They're Orthodox. Okay. Oh, and in the mouse tooltip? Yeah, there it is. You're right. It's in the tooltip tier. Huh! So they might need a little bit of, I don't know if it's an event that's firing when it shouldn't. I don't know if it's like a leader bias. I don't know if it's ease of conversion and influence from other things. Maybe, you know, whatever. I don't know which branch of Islam would be it, but maybe it needs a higher, whatever the religious defense stat is. Tradition or whatever, or is that just culture? But, you know, something like that. Okay, well, these suck. The patricians are already cranky. Although we do have a lot of burghers, and they have more power than the patricians. Clergy... I guess I'll do this. And you just need a much bigger bribe. 10%. I don't know, we might just have to eat that. Apparently it's because most of their pops are Orthodox, so in a vacuum makes sense to convert into what your pops believe for better bonuses. That's, I mean, that's true. That does make perfect sense. This is exactly what we would do. If we would be running a country where 90% of our pops are something else, we'd be like, so are we. But that's not really how it went with the ruling class. The ruling class have to be much less resistant. Or much more resistant to conversion. So we're capped here again. So again, I'd want to say access. Just click one. Let's go. Let them revolt. Fewer nobles is good. Actually, they're actually not building up a rebellion anymore. I mean, they're still listed as unhappy. But yeah. All right. I side with the burgers. You know, listen, clergy, if you want me to side with you, you got to start paying taxes. Which I think might happen once we get the Protestants. I'm expecting the Protestants don't have the minus 100% taxation maximum. Although they might have some, but maybe it's overcomable. Strasbourg is depopulating rapidly. But why? I don't know if lack of an explanation there. Is it just another site is cooler? I mean, you're sitting at 100% prosperity. Oh, it's just people upset? Oh, these peasants are moving away to other locations. I guess if I go into the population map mode. Oh, here. Population. Then it shows. Well, it's sort of just showing that everyone's moving to Strasbourg, so I'm a little confused. Ah, what am I going to do with all this money? I'm still thinking build some more troops. We do have a lot of buildings to build, so let's keep spamming that. Actually, let's go back and check the RGO situation. Ooh, good wine and spare. You know what? Let's build all the profitable RGOs, please. Yes, I some texts do require Catholicism, and I've been avoiding a bunch. I did grab some, but I am aware that some of the texts require a specific religion, and we will lose some. Like, for example, the Reformed Church music, which I was just saying. Actually, no, this is Catholic. Some is specifically Christian. This one is Catholic, so we would lose that after a Reformation. And I've been trying to avoid some of them. Like, I didn't go for frugality of the monasteries, for example. And I think there was some in the previous age where the same thing was the case. Markets and Lichtenberg. So I think I already built one, but there's probably more markets to be built. Yeah, it's at 4 or 6. And the mass builder will stop once it runs out of burgers. I'm going to go ahead and queue up the last one here anyway, even though we've got a burger deficit. Just to make sure it's done. Keep the power up. Yeah, we'll take a look at the universities and libraries as well for the literacy. Especially since now we have enough books to definitely cover that. Well, in theory. Anyone marry us? Nope. We suck. Dude, and really it's like the max literacy thing, but I guess we'll just search for university here. And yeah. I don't have enough money here. Trucklekin workers. Look at this build screen. It's just insane. Oh, I wonder what it would be like if we were running England at this point. Would we be generating as much stuff simultaneously? I don't know. Other religions and faith do get other unique texts as well. I mean, I don't know if all of them do, but presumably some have something. But I don't think it converts over, is the one thing. Like, I don't know if we research a Catholic tech, I don't know if it converts to some sort of Protestant tech. I assume not, and it's a loss, but yeah. Pretty good. I think a couple of streams ago, we were doing research of like 1.3 or something, so this has definitely gone up a bunch. Political map check, just to see. Most have been going debate or defense. What is this? Lose stability gain. Army tradition. Army tradition's good. Just do that. I don't know if anything has changed radically since last time we checked. France has still got bits up here. Denmark may have eaten more of Norway actually. I think things have settled a little bit. Trade focus, recruitment of merchants, increased trade capacity, or efficiency. Reduces trade maintenance. I don't know how much our maintenance is costing us. But we do keep using all of our capacity. It's not like we're like, oh, we've got this untapped potential. I say that. I don't know that we're trading in Paris. No, yeah, okay. So I'm just going to say, let's take some more capacity. Oh! Oh my god. I completely forgot. There was a funny story I wanted to say on the stream today, but then I got so distracted doing the talk about urbanization at the start. So I sent out another group of books today for my novel, crimson-fall.com. You can purchase it now. So I think I was shipping out like 14 or 15 books again today. And I'm at Canada Post, and they're like scanning things. And because the system is dumb, for whatever reason, when they scan, the person at the counter they have to type in what country it's going to. And I don't know why, because presumably when they're scanning, I don't know. You'd think it would be registering the package and it would be reading from the barcode the destination to, but I guess that's not how their system goes. Whatever, I don't know. So they have to type in manually what country it's going to. And I don't know if BioWolf is in the chat, but this is your package. The lady's, scanning. It's like, it's UK. We did Poland, Australia, lots of them today. And she stops at one. And she's like, wait, what is this? I look at it. It's like, oh, it's Lithuania. It's like, where's Lithuania? She'd never heard of this country. Like, you're in charge of mail. Okay, I mean, you're a clerk working at a counter, and obviously, that's not going to require global geopolitical knowledge or anything like that necessarily. No, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the role. That's not what I mean. I mean, it's not your job to physically carry the package to your end location, right? But Lithuania, and then I was like, yeah, Lithuania, and she's like, where's that? I was like, well, so you kind of got like Poland, then Lithuania, then Latvia, Estonia, and she was like, oh, and then I was like, sometimes you're feeling cocky, right? And like, I want to show that I really knew my stuff. So I said, yeah, Lithuania, capital is Riga. And then I walk out, and I'm halfway to my car, and I'm like, Vilnius, fucking no. Riga's the capital of Latvia, not Lithuania. So, that's what you get when you're arrogant. But I'm like, I'm not going to walk back in now to correct myself. Could you imagine anything more stupid? I was so mad with myself. All this time staring at maps, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like, pride cometh before the fall, exactly. On the bright side, they will probably not know that I was wrong. They won't care about me. They're just gonna be like, listen to this asshole. I'm happy he's gone. Reduced antagonism. Catholics get reduced antagonism. Oh, antagonism received. But still, this would affect all Catholic nations. So are people just gonna get less salty about stuff? Okay, who knows Latin? What does Ilias qui, or qui perhaps, say pro divini? I mean, for divinity or something like that. Huh. It'll wake you up. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm going to think about that. It's going to be 50 years from now, and I'm still going to be cringing about it. Next time, tell them Lithuania's next to Teutonic Order. Yeah, there you go. That'll clarify things a lot. Part of me, it does remind me of the Simpsons skit where Mr. Burns is going to the post office and he wants to, like, mail this package to Prussia by ornithopter post haste or something like that. And then the clerk is like, Prussia. Kansas City's not in Kansas, in Missouri. I mean, we do have some pretty messed up things going on. That is true. That is super confusing. Quill's last word, Vilnius. Vilnius always makes me think that it's because it's a city-state instead of 5, right? Risk of trade. The $1,200. So I don't know what option 2 is going to be here, but we're gonna pick it. They knew what you're getting into. Burgers lose estate satisfaction. I mean, sucks to be you, bro. $1,200. Get out of here. Get out of here with your craziness. All right. We could build universities in our vassals. I mean, we are literally integrating one right now, so that could be an investment. But let's take a beat. Let's build a library. Well, these would all be in our vassals as well. Okay, so we're good there. Elizabeth von Leuchtenberg. All right. How are we doing? I think our marketplaces are fine now. Market warehouse, we've got no spots for them. Does this have to be built in a city? No, okay. I don't think we need to do market villages. We could go and spam a bunch more trade offices, which I'm kind of fine with. If we don't control trade somewhere, like if there's somewhere that's not in our trade node, we might still want to be able to influence a bunch of trade. Hostile pirates. When construction stop when integration finishes. Well, that's an interesting question. Yeah, I don't know. If we're halfway through building something in a vassal, when they get integrated, what happens? Great question, I don't know. So statecraft will give us more crown power. Again, 10%, it's 10% to our base produced, so we might be lucky to see another 1% over here. But that still counts for, that's still good. Yeah, only the burghers have much in the way of power, and like their satisfaction equilibrium is over 100%. You know that expression like, oh, you couldn't possibly be happier? Well, apparently that doesn't apply. Diplo capacity, diplomats, serve God. Here, we'll take the religious influence. Maybe we can make another pope, or another saint. Yeah, let's make another pope. You've had one anti-pope, but what about a second anti-pope in Strasbourg? Currently don't inherit armies, navies, and integrating vassals. Okay, that's fine. I think now it's paved roads. Then we do have something else queued after that for an extra cabinet seat, which is going to be amazing. And then after that, I don't know. We're going to have to take a look at the tech tree and figure something out. I mean, I guess we could kill some time. Look at the tech tree now. Apostolica Servitutis. Clergy estate satisfaction plus 10%. Okay, that's pretty good. Pop conversion. Building costs is nice. Speed of integration might be relevant. I'm sorry, just... Oh, these are our... Oh, we decided administrative abilities. Yeah, these are some of our unique things here. Oh, shit, these are really good. Okay, these are... I'm happy we went for paved roads, but now I'm taking trade capacity versus prosperity. Well, we can eat the building costs for now. Okay, some of our places are capped at prosperity. So I'm going to go trade capacity first because we can definitely use it right away. I will do prosperity because plenty of places aren't, and prosperity is amazing. And then I think I'll probably go all buildings are cheaper, followed by urban buildings are cheaper. I mean, we're spending tons of money. Like, our money is going entirely towards construction right now. Trade cap is more trade without burger power win-win. Oh, that's a good point. Is that prosperity Catholic only? No, I don't think so. I wish that this view should remember where we were. Because I don't remember where we were. Because, oh! Sorry, you're right. That is Catholic only. That's interesting. There might be like 2 levels, like maybe... Oh no, anyone could go down here. I think I'm still fine with it. Because we're still... I don't remember when the Reformation happened. We've got a while yet, right? Like when does that Marty guy go and travel to the past and nail a magazine to a church door? Right? That's the crossover. That's Back to the Future for religion. I don't know. Early 1500s. All right, so I mean it's coming, but I think it's probably fine to get a little bit of the prosperity ticks, unless everything's sitting at 100. But no. There's lots that could take a boost. I know it's like Strasbourg itself is sitting at 100% prosperity. So good. So much free development and all the pop growth and character life expectancy. So yeah, hopefully everyone's living in Strasbourg so they live nice and long and keep developing big stats. I don't know how much they've really changed here over the years. Oh, this is our dad. Bernie's our dad. We're only 21? Holy crap, this guy's going to rule for a long time. What is our trait here? Oh yeah, charismatic negotiators. Actually kind of nice. You're full over here again. Market preference. Buildings missing input. Okay, so again, we get this cotton thing. We'll give it a minute. I'm not going to go and correct this, because I think what's going on here is there's a building, probably a spinner, that's set to, like, use cotton. And I'm hoping it changes after a beat. Oh, there's literally an age of reformations. I guess the ages are over here. Right. Although, who knows when it'll actually trigger. Actually, one thing we should look at, because we manipulated things. I mean, manipulated. We just made sure we met the requirements for the printing press. And it spawned in Strasbourg. This is great. What? Global trade. So we're playing in dynamic. Has banking. Banking institution, which we have. Has New World. So... Oh no, let's just have the institution. We don't have the New World institution yet. We are a market center. We are a city. Traded greater than $500 in goods last month. That's actually an interesting question. Is that literally mapped to... like, that's our capacity. Hang on. If I put the star here, right? 176. Is that how much we've traded? That's our... See, that's our profit. But that's not the same as the value of goods traded. Or maybe they do mean profit. But if they don't mean profit and they just mean the value of goods traded, then we must be, like, crushing that. Bum bum. But, because, I mean, the sound of global trade sounds like the sort of thing we'd be into. We do have to get the New World institution to cross over to us, but it, we'll check the map for that. What else is there? Confessionalism? Well, sounds pretty Catholic to me. Dominant religion in Strasbourg. I mean, it could do that. Oh, less than... Oh, you'd have to be towards the spiritual side versus humanist, which I don't think we are. And what do we need to have artillery spawn? Professional armies. That's an institution from, like, Renaissance, not Discovery. Gunsmith, toolsmith. Less... Okay. Minus 20 defensive versus offensive. I think... And I kind of wish those numbers were clearer, but I think... Like, minus 20... So we'd have to be on the offensive side. Yeah, so I don't know if we can get any of those institutions to spawn on us. Maybe global trade. Can we... Okay, there's an institution map mode. But the problem is... Can I filter to just... Like, just New World? I thought New World spawned over here. I guess it's the green one. Maybe. Oh, okay. Oh! One of these... Okay, there's New World there. So is green just that they have all the institutions you could have? Except, no, clearly they don't. I don't know how this is color-coded. Maybe it's color-coded by, like, spread rate? So it spreads slow in the brown and fast in the green? We go into research and hover over the institution. Oh, I can hover it over here. Thank you. Because I'm like, but if I hover it over here, I'm not going to be able to see. Thank you. We can go here. Mouse over... let me drop out of the institution map mode. There it is. Oh, New World's in Seville. Or, sorry, New World's in Strasbourg. Okay, so it should be spreading to other places. Would be ironic if global trade spawned in a landlocked province. Whatever, that's our new goal now. Now, with the printing press, literally no one is eligible until we met the requirements. So we kind of, I mean, unless someone beat us to whatever the thing we were trying to do to finish, I think, oh, we had to get to 20 innovative. And unless someone else did that before we did, there was no way that we were going to get beaten to it. The global trade, there might be a lot of people who are eligible. I don't remember... it might not tell us now because it's 1%. But there was something. Yeah, there was another section over here, I think, that said locations that it could spawn at, which obviously can't happen now. But I think that's what it. We saw the percentage, and then it had a list of places it could spawn, and it was just none. So I guess I'll probably have to wait until the next stage to see that. Yes, we're getting fa-la-la-la-lad. Institution spreads real slow. Doing Korean game, embracing no tech till. Yeah, I mean, that you'd be very far. There's our paved roads. Excellent. So, we're banking some money. We're going to pave roads all over what we got now. And then big thing will be when the... Well, big thing. Another big thing will be when the annexation finishes. Upgrade. Oh! Oh! Well, that's incredibly handy. Yes, please. Upgrade all my existing roads to paved roads. Or I could prioritize based on, like, where might I need it the most. Like, by distance, whatever. Run the upgrades. Shift click. Boom. Autobahn incoming. And 42 more. Yeah, there's a shocking amount. Pave the planet. Yep. Who needs grass when you just asphalt? We can take, it's okay. We can take all the trees and put them in a tree museum. So we've gone too long without the parliament. So let's do that now. Actually, this would have been a great time for the paved road thing. Oh. Okay, 0%. We'd have to give out some favors. But our guy is really young. Giving him some stat boosts is going to pay pretty big dividends. Let's try to support the state. And hopefully... address toll castle complaints. Lose toll castles. Now, toll castles charge a fee for trade that passes through it, I think. I don't know if there's a good way to tell how much money we're making from these. I'm kind of inclined to go this way. I don't think so. Just give nobles power. Oh, they're not sound tolls. Okay, well, shit. Let's get rid of those things there. It gives them power and makes them eat more food. Okay. Oh, plutocratic movement. Yes, I want this. More plutocracy, please. Yeah, right now we're on the aristocracy side, which isn't where we're going. Ooh, we've made some people cranky, but we've got the support. Yeah, patricians are pretty salty about that. We did kind of slam the patricians twice, back to back here. Still no one wants to marry us. Darn shame. Income's taking a hit temporarily. Hopefully it comes back up. It's like, I'm not making 3-digit income anymore. What's going on? It's wrong. Yeah, the burgers. We are taxing them a little bit more than we used to, because it was 8%. Now it's about 12%. Commoners, we're taxing them as hard as we can, and they're still super happy. Yeah, it's only the patricians who are currently a little upset. Because I took all their toys away. I told them they were stupid, and they smelled bad. I could rival something. Oh, the Platinate. They're already rivals. That's weird. Honestly, I'm gonna rival Cologne. There you go. What are you doing? Making some toilet water over there? Ah! Ah! Rival the Golden Horde. I mean, to be fair, it's probably pretty risk-free. They're just gonna get a letter from us at some point telling them apparently they stink because that's my go-to insult. And they're like, who is this from? Also, I don't read German. I guess it's about time for us to wrap up the stream here. Well, this was a good one. This was so fun. Hurtful trade policies. Support the burgers. Ooh! I don't really want to... No. Trade monopolies. We would get less trade capacity. The burgers would get a ton more. No. Sorry, burgers. I'm just going to have to piss you off for a bit. I mean, I'm favoring you in almost every other way, so chillax. Annexation's close to being done. Bunch of roads are kicking in. Oh, we could have done some before and after comparisons of like some of the proximity stuff, but I mean, it's all going to be pretty good. Strasbourg versus Genghis. Who wins? We just give them some money and tell them to go attack someone else. Can you attack Austria for a bit, and then while we take Strasbourg? That'd be lovely. I'm still so salty that we weren't able to grab that at any point. But oh my god, what are we ranked 52? This is a little annoying. I would like to be ranked more, but a big barrier for us is going to be the country rank, because I don't think we can rise above this. I mean, at what point are we like, let's leave the HRE? Can't leave peacefully. We'd have to fight Bohemia, which is interesting. Win a war and enforce leave the Holy Roman Empire against them. Out of curiosity, that's not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as it could be, but yeah, not gonna happen. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna raid A Kiss for Luck. A Kiss for Luck is streaming, I believe. Ooh, let me double check, because I know she wasn't feeling great. Let me just make sure she's still streaming. Yes, she is streaming the digital version of the board game Nature, which is a board game I love very much. And she's giving away keys. So if you want copies of, 14K regulars, acknowledge me on the levies, yeah. As far as I know, she's giving away keys for Nature. So it's definitely worth going and checking out. Spread Institution, you can also get Meritocracy. Oh, that's interesting. We did unlock the Spread Institution cabinet action. We might want to consider that maybe next time. We will see. Can we finish off with the market map? Sure thing. There it is. Well, I think we retook some of these little bits that were from Nuremberg, possibly through diplomacy or just through extra power. Venice has got a little bit over there. Yeah. And we keep pushing back against Cologne. So good. All right, folks. Next live stream is scheduled for Saturday with Dwarf Fortress is currently the plan. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.